Debt is not just numbers on a piece of paper. It brings an emotional burden that can cause arguments, distrust, and even distance between family members. How can debt impact much more than just a bank balance? Debt is a burden that goes beyond finances, directly affecting family relationships, bringing emotional tensions, and even breaking bonds. What many families don't realize is that when debt enters the home, it brings anxiety, guilt, and silence. How can the Bible offer solutions to these challenges? In this video, we will explore biblical advice that shows how to overcome debt and restore family peace with timeless principles of faith and unity. If this topic interests you, welcome. Grab a coffee or water, sit comfortably, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more reflections like this. Let's dive into the first point. Why do so many families face emotional crises due to debts that may seem like just numbers on a page? Debt is not just a financial problem. It's an emotional burden that weighs on every family member. When someone is in debt, they don't carry the weight alone. Everyone around them feels the tension. This impact can manifest in various ways, from arguments to the breakdown of family ties. The relationship between finances and emotions is deeper than many imagine. Studies show that financial stress can cause anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. When parents are worried about overdue bills and the possibility of losing their home, it affects not only them but also their children, who may feel insecurity and fear for the future. But why does this happen? The answer may lie in how we perceive money and its importance in our lives. For many, money is more than just a means of exchange. It's a symbol of security, status, and even love. When money is lacking, these areas also seem to crumble, leading to feelings of failure and shame. Moreover, family communication suffers under the weight of debt. Often, the fear of discussing financial situations leads to silence, which only increases resentment and distrust. This cycle of silence and guilt can destroy intimacy and respect among family members, creating a barrier that is difficult to overcome. However, it's important to remember that debt is not the end of the road. Many families have gone through this and managed to overcome difficulties with open dialogue and effective financial strategies. Recognizing the problem is the first step toward healing. Honesty about the situation and mutual support are essential to restoring harmony and peace. But where does the Bible come into all this? And how can ancient scriptures teach us about finances in a world so different from centuries ago? The Bible, despite its historical context, offers timeless advice that is still extremely relevant today. No matter the era we live in, principles like moderation, diligence, and generosity have the power to transform our approach to money. The Bible addresses debt clearly. In Proverbs 22 verse 7, for example, we read, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." This passage not only warns about the dangers of living beyond one's means, but also emphasizes the importance of financial independence. Debt, according to Scripture, can trap us in a cycle of servitude that limits our freedom and our ability to fully follow God's purpose for our lives. In addition to avoiding debt, the Bible also teaches us about the importance of diligent work and honesty. In Colossians 3 verses 23 to 24, we are encouraged to work with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. This principle reminds us that our work and financial management are reflections of our character and faith. Another important principle is generosity. The Bible is full of examples that encourage helping those in need, such as in Proverbs 19 verse 17. "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." Generosity not only blesses others, but is also a way to honor God with our resources. Paradoxically, many find that giving with a joyful heart opens doors to unexpected provisions and blessings. How then can we apply these principles today? First, it is essential to create a clear and realistic budget, reflecting on your real needs and how to best manage your resources. Second, It is vital to avoid easy credit and impulsive spending, which are common traps in today's world. And third, practice gratitude and generosity, remembering that our resources are a blessing to be shared. A practical example can be seen in families who, despite having limited resources, choose to be generous with the little they have. Often, these families report never lacking what is necessary, and that, by blessing others, they find a joy and peace that money cannot buy. By following this biblical advice, we can not only improve our finances, but also strengthen our family bonds. When everyone in the family understands and applies these principles, unity and harmony are naturally restored. It's a process that requires patience and commitment, but the results can transform not just our finances, but our entire lives. How can a family begin to heal the wounds caused by debt? When a financial crisis strikes, it's like a bomb exploding in the center of the home, scattering fragments of pain, resentment, and distrust. However, like any healing process, restoration is possible and begins one step at a time. Communication is the foundation for healing. Often, the first impact of debt is silence, a barrier of fear and shame. Breaking this barrier requires courage and vulnerability. An open and honest approach to the financial situation, where each family member can express their feelings without judgment, is essential to begin rebuilding trust. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Ephesians 4 verse 29, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." Communication should be constructive, even in difficult times. Another important aspect is the practice of forgiveness. Often, debt results from decisions made by one or more family members, and those mistakes can be hard to forgive. However, forgiveness is one of the keys to healing. As Jesus taught in Matthew 6 verses 14 to 15, forgiveness is essential for our own peace and spiritual well-being. Forgiving doesn't mean ignoring the mistakes, but releasing the pain they caused, allowing everyone in the family to move forward together. Furthermore, it is crucial to establish new financial and family patterns that promote stability and trust. This may include creating a debt repayment plan, developing a family budget, or seeking financial counseling together. These practical steps, when taken collectively, help reinforce the idea that everyone is in this together and that the family is stronger than the debt. Amid all this, it's vital for the family to find time to reconnect and strengthen their bonds outside the financial context. Simple activities like family dinners, park outings, or game nights can help remind everyone that the relationship goes beyond finances. These moments of shared joy can be healing, reminding everyone of what truly matters. It's also important to seek support outside the family. Christian financial counselors or support groups can offer not only practical advice, but also a safe space to share and learn from the experiences of others who have gone through similar situations. Trusting God during the healing process is crucial. Psalm 34 verse 18 tells us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." In times of crisis, remembering that God is near can bring comfort and strength. Faith can be a great consolation, reminding us that even when everything seems lost, we are not alone. So believe, it is possible to come out of debt and find a new beginning for your family. This process requires more than just financial strategies. It requires a transformation of heart and mind, guided by faith and sustained by deliberate and consistent actions. The first step toward transformation is to redefine the family's relationship with money. In Matthew 6 verse 21, Jesus reminds us, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." This passage invites us to reflect on what we truly value. Many families discover that by prioritizing spiritual values and relationships over material possessions, the power of debt over their lives begins to diminish. A practical approach to getting out of debt is the snowball method, where the family focuses on paying off the smallest debts first, gaining momentum as each debt is cleared. This method, combined with prayer and mutual support, can create a strong sense of progress and hope. During this process, it's important to keep a long-term vision and celebrate small victories along the way. Additionally, financial education is crucial. Attending workshops, reading books on personal finance, and learning about investments and savings can equip the family with the knowledge necessary to avoid future financial pitfalls. Financial education is an act of empowerment and an essential step on the journey to financial freedom. Maintaining a modest lifestyle and avoiding the trap of comparing oneself to others is also vital. As Paul advises in Philippians 4 verses 11 to 12, learning to be content in any situation is a virtue. This attitude helps resist the temptation to overspend and cultivate a mindset of gratitude and contentment. Seeking support in your faith community can also be an invaluable source of strength. Many churches offer financial education programs, support groups, and even practical help for those struggling. These communities can provide not only material assistance, but also a sense of belonging and emotional support. And last but certainly not least, never underestimate the power of prayer. In times of financial difficulty, praying for wisdom, provision, and peace can bring a sense of calm and clarity, even in the toughest moments. Prayer connects us with God, reminding us that with Him, all things are possible. Therefore, overcoming debt is a transformation process that involves both faith and action. It's not just about paying off debts, but rebuilding a solid foundation for the family based on eternal principles and divine wisdom. With dedication, faith, and the support of a loving community, any family can not only get out of debt, but also thrive and grow in unexpected ways. We have reached the end of this journey of reflection on the impact of debt on family relationships and how biblical advice can guide us toward a more balanced and harmonious life. It's crucial to remember that, while financial difficulties may seem insurmountable, they are also opportunities for growth, unity, and spiritual renewal. By applying these principles, we are not only taking care of our finances, but also of our souls and our most cherished relationships. With faith, action, and love, any challenge can be overcome, and peace and prosperity can be restored in your home. If this content touched you positively, leaving a like is the best way to express your gratitude and encourage us to produce more content like this. I also invite you to share the greatest lesson you learned from this video. Leave a comment with your reflection or something that touched you in a special way. I would feel very honored and happy to know how this message impacted your life. See you in the next video.